Words possess the power to reshape reality itself. Every syllable you speak carries creative force that either builds the life you desire or destroys the future you dream of. Throughout history, those who understood this sacred truth wielded words like master sculptors wield chisels, transforming raw possibility into magnificent manifestation through precise, powerful declaration. You are about to discover 5 divine affirmations that have been spoken by awakened souls for generations, each one a golden key that unlocks specific chambers of infinite possibility. These are spiritual commands that activate universal laws and compel divine intelligence to respond with miraculous provision. Like a master musician who knows exactly which keys to strike to create perfect harmony, you must learn which words to speak to create perfect results. Each affirmation operates on a distinct frequency of divine truth, addressing different aspects of manifestation while working together to create a symphony of supernatural supply. The power within these sacred words flows not from their letters, but from the consciousness that speaks them and the faith that backs them. When declared with absolute conviction and sustained through unwavering belief, these affirmations become living forces that penetrate every dimension of existence, commanding circumstances to align with divine will. Ancient wisdom teaches that life and death are in the power of the tongue. Your words are not neutral observers of reality. They are active creators of reality. Every declaration you make instructs the universe how to respond to you, and every affirmation you speak with faith becomes a divine decree that must be fulfilled. The universe operates like a cosmic echo chamber, returning to you amplified versions of whatever you consistently declare. When you speak lack, lack multiplies. When you speak limitation, barriers strengthen. But when you speak divine truth through these powerful affirmations, miracles become your natural experience because you have aligned your voice with the voice of infinite intelligence. Divine revelation unfolds through words that carry the frequency of truth rather than the vibration of doubt. Like a radio that must be tuned to the correct station to receive clear transmission, your consciousness must be tuned to divine frequency to receive miraculous manifestation. These 5 affirmations serve as your spiritual tuning system, calibrating your awareness to receive what infinite love has already prepared for you. The biblical account of creation reveals this fundamental principle. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Divine intelligence created everything through spoken word, and you, being made in the divine image, possess this same creative power within your own voice. When you learn to speak as divine intelligence speaks, with absolute authority and unshakable conviction, you begin to experience the same creative results. But divine truth reveals something profound about affirmation. The power lies in understanding that you are speaking things that already exist in spiritual reality, rather than trying to create something from nothing. Like a photographer developing images that were captured but remain invisible until proper development, your affirmations develop spiritual realities that already exist but await manifestation in physical form. The first and most powerful of all declarations establishes your conscious connection to the infinite storehouse from which all visible things emerge. I now draw from the universal substance with irresistible power and determination that which is mine by divine right. This declaration establishes your conscious connection to the infinite supply that surrounds and sustains all creation. Universal substance is the invisible essence from which all visible things are formed, the divine medium through which thoughts become things and desires become demonstrations. Like a skilled well-digger who knows that water exists beneath the surface and persists until finding it, you must understand that everything you need already exists within universal substance, waiting for your conscious recognition and claiming. This affirmation activates your spiritual drilling equipment, penetrating through layers of limitation until you tap into the endless reservoir of divine provision. The phrase, "with irresistible power and determination," acknowledges that drawing from universal substance requires more than casual wishing. It demands the focused intensity of one who knows their divine inheritance and refuses to accept anything less. Like a powerful magnet that draws iron filings irresistibly toward itself, Your determined consciousness becomes magnetic to the specific good that belongs to you. Henry Ford exemplified this principle when he envisioned putting America on wheels through affordable automobiles. While others saw impossible barriers, Ford's consciousness drew from universal substance the vision, resources, and innovations needed to create the assembly line system. His irresistible determination to manifest transportation for the masses tapped into divine intelligence that provided solutions no human mind had previously conceived. His breakthrough demonstrates that when you draw from universal substance with unwavering determination, you access intelligence that transcends human limitation and resources that exceed earthly calculation. Declare with absolute authority, I now draw from the universal substance, with irresistible power and determination, that which is mine by divine right. The second divine command that follows transforms every barrier into a bridge and every wall into a doorway. All obstacles now vanish from my pathway. Doors fly open, gates are lifted, and I enter the kingdom of fulfillment, under grace. This powerful declaration commands the removal of every barrier standing between you and your divine destiny. Like a spiritual bulldozer that clears rocks and debris from a construction site, this affirmation instructs the universe to eliminate everything that opposes your highest good. The phrase, under grace, reveals the secret of supernatural achievement. When you align with divine will rather than personal demand, obstacles dissolve effortlessly because you are moving with cosmic current instead of against it. Grace represents the divine assistance that makes impossible things possible when your desires serve divine purpose. Scripture teaches us about this principle through the account of the walls of Jericho. When the Israelites marched around the city according to divine instruction, seemingly impenetrable barriers fell without human force. Their obedience to divine guidance created the vibrational frequency that collapsed every obstacle standing between them and their promised land. This biblical demonstration reveals that obstacles vanish when your approach aligns with divine strategy rather than human struggle. Your affirmation creates the same spiritual frequency that causes walls of limitation to crumble and gates of opportunity to swing wide open. Like a master key that opens every lock in a magnificent mansion, this affirmation provides access to realms of possibility that remain closed to ordinary consciousness. When you declare that doors fly open, you activate spiritual forces that prepare the way before you, creating pathways where none previously existed. The kingdom of fulfillment represents the state of consciousness where every desire finds its perfect manifestation. Because you have learned to want what divine intelligence wants for you. Like stepping into a vast treasure house where everything you need awaits your claiming, you enter this kingdom when your will aligns completely with divine will. Speak with divine conviction. All obstacles now vanish from my pathway. Doors fly open, gates are lifted, and I enter the kingdom of fulfillment, under grace. The third divine wisdom reveals a truth that liberates you from every form of struggle and competition. There is no competition on the spiritual plane. What is rightfully mine is given me under grace. This revolutionary declaration liberates you from the illusion of scarcity that creates competition, struggle, and fear of lack. Like the sun that shines brilliantly without diminishing other stars, your divine good exists in infinite abundance that requires no taking from others to receive your portion. Competition exists only in consciousness that believes in limitation. When you understand that universal substance contains unlimited supply for everyone, you stop fighting for crumbs and start feasting at the infinite banquet that divine love has prepared. Like individual rays of sunlight that never compete with each other because they spring from the same inexhaustible source, all good things flow from one divine origin that can never be depleted. The phrase, "What is rightfully mine," acknowledges that divine intelligence has assigned specific blessings to your experience based on your highest purpose and greatest service. Like a cosmic inheritance that bears your spiritual name, certain opportunities, relationships, and resources belong to you by divine decree and will find their way to you regardless of external competition. Coco Chanel demonstrated this principle when she revolutionized women's fashion during an era dominated by male designers. Instead of competing with established fashion houses through imitation, she trusted that her unique vision of elegant simplicity belonged to her by divine right. Her consciousness transcended industry competition by creating an entirely new category of feminine style that served women's authentic needs rather than conventional expectations. Her example reveals that when you operate from the spiritual plane of no competition, you discover solutions and create value that competitors cannot duplicate because they spring from your unique, divine purpose. Walt Disney embodied this same principle when he envisioned Disneyland during the 1950s. While others in entertainment focused on competing for existing audience share, Disney's consciousness tapped into divine creativity to invent an entirely new form of family entertainment. His theme park concept emerged from spiritual inspiration rather than market analysis, creating a category so unique that competition became irrelevant. Now, proclaim with unshakable confidence, there is no competition on the spiritual plane. What is rightfully mine is given me under grace. This is where I invite you to claim your spiritual inheritance. Once you have heard all 5 magical affirmations in this presentation, choose the one that resonates most powerfully with your heart and write it in the comments below. When you declare your chosen affirmation publicly, you activate its power not only in your own consciousness, but create a field of collective manifestation that amplifies everyone's results. Your written word becomes a permanent record of your faith and a magnet for miraculous demonstration. The 4th declaration that follows holds the key to breaking free from every limitation created by yesterday's experiences. I banish the past and now live in the wonderful now, where happy surprises come to me each day. This transformative declaration liberates you from the prison of previous experiences and catapults your consciousness into the realm of infinite possibility that exists only in the present moment. Like a snake that sheds its old skin to accommodate new growth, you must release outdated versions of yourself to embody the magnificent being you are becoming. The past exists only in memory, and memory has no power except what you give it through continued attention. When you banish the past through this affirmation, you withdraw all energy from yesterday's limitations and redirect that power toward today's possibilities. Like closing the drain in a bathtub so water can accumulate instead of disappearing, you stop energy leakage into past disappointments and allow power to build for present manifestation. The wonderful now represents the eternal moment where divine intelligence operates most powerfully. Like a river that flows most swiftly at its deepest point, spiritual current moves most powerfully through consciousness that remains fully present, rather than scattered between yesterday's regrets and tomorrow's anxieties. Happy surprises represent divine love's favorite method of delivery, unexpected blessings that arrive precisely when needed most, often through channels you never anticipated. Like gifts wrapped in brown paper that contain treasures beyond imagination, daily surprises remind you that infinite intelligence possesses creativity far exceeding human planning. Colonel Sanders exemplified this principle when he refused to let past failures define his future possibilities. At age 62, after numerous business disappointments, he could have remained trapped in the story of his struggles. Instead, he banished the past and lived fully in the present moment, where his chicken recipe became the foundation for Kentucky Fried Chicken. His consciousness of wonderful now attracted the franchise opportunities that transformed him from struggling business owner to international success story. His example demonstrates that present moment consciousness creates magnetic attraction for happy surprises that past-focused thinking would never recognize or receive. The biblical account of Lot's wife turning into a pillar of salt reveals the danger of living in the past rather than embracing present possibilities. When divine instruction commanded movement toward new territory, looking backward toward old conditions created spiritual paralysis. Your affirmation prevents this same spiritual stagnation by keeping consciousness flowing forward into fresh manifestation. Declare with joyful expectation, I banish the past and now live in the wonderful now, where happy surprises come to me each day. The 5th and most transformative affirmation of all reveals how every human being becomes a channel for your divine blessing. Every man is a golden link in the chain of my good. This profound declaration transforms your relationship with every human being from potential source of conflict into certain source of blessing. Like an alchemist who sees gold hidden within base metals, you begin recognizing divine good operating through every person who enters your experience, regardless of their apparent attitude or intention toward you. Understanding this principle eliminates the victim consciousness that sees other people as obstacles to your success and replaces it with victor consciousness that sees every relationship as an opportunity for divine demonstration. Like a skilled jeweler who recognizes precious gems even when covered in dirt, you learn to perceive the divine nature in others that often remains hidden beneath surface appearances. The word chain reveals that your good comes through connected relationships rather than isolated effort. Like links in a golden chain, where each connection strengthens the whole, every person serves a specific purpose in delivering divine blessings to your experience. Some bring opportunities, others bring lessons, still others bring inspiration or resources, but all participate in the cosmic conspiracy to ensure your highest fulfillment. Even people who appear to oppose you serve as golden links by providing resistance that develops your spiritual muscles, or by creating circumstances that redirect you toward better opportunities. Like a river that grows stronger when flowing around rocks rather than through smooth channels, your character and consciousness develop greater power through encounters with challenging personalities who activate your divine nature. Nelson Mandela demonstrated this principle during his 27 years of imprisonment. Rather than viewing his captors as enemies who prevented his good, he recognized each person as a golden link in the chain that would eventually deliver his freedom and position him to heal an entire nation. His consciousness transformed every interaction from potential source of bitterness into actual source of wisdom that prepared him for unprecedented leadership. His example reveals that when you consistently see divine good operating through every person, you activate their highest nature while positioning yourself to receive blessings through channels you never expected. Jesus taught this same principle when he declared, "Love your enemies," and demonstrated it by blessing even those who crucified him. His consciousness remained focused on divine good within every person, rather than human evil expressed through temporary behavior. This spiritual vision activated miraculous transformation in everyone who encountered his presence because he saw their divine potential rather than their human limitation. Scripture teaches that all things work together for good to them that love God. When you love the divine nature within every person, their very presence in your life becomes part of the divine plan to deliver your highest good, regardless of their conscious intention or apparent behavior. Speak with divine love. Every man is a golden link in the chain of my good. These 5 magical affirmations work together like ingredients in a divine formula that transforms consciousness from limitation into limitation-less expression. Each declaration addresses a different aspect of manifestation, while contributing to the overall effect of miraculous demonstration. Like a master chef who knows that combining specific ingredients in proper proportions creates extraordinary flavors that no single element could produce alone. You must understand that speaking these affirmations consistently creates spiritual chemistry that produces supernatural results beyond what any individual statement could accomplish. If you haven't already done so, take a moment now to write your chosen affirmation in the comments below. Your public declaration creates a sacred bond between your faith and divine fulfillment, transforming your words into magnetic forces that attract the exact manifestation each affirmation promises. The power multiplies when these affirmations become part of your daily spiritual practice, rather than occasional desperate pleas during crisis moments. Like physical exercise that builds strength through consistent repetition, rather than sporadic intense effort, spiritual exercise builds manifestation power through regular declaration rather than emergency affirmation. Morning declaration sets the spiritual tone for your entire day by establishing divine truth in consciousness before encountering worldly appearances that might contradict your desired experience. Like tuning a musical instrument before performance to ensure every note sounds correctly, You tune your consciousness through affirmation to ensure every experience harmonizes with divine will. Evening declaration cleanses consciousness of any limiting thoughts or beliefs that accumulated during daily activities and reestablishes divine truth before sleep, allows subconscious mind to work with whatever ideas you have impressed upon it. Like clearing weeds from a garden before planting new seeds, you clear mental debris through affirmation before impressing consciousness with divine possibilities. Speaking these magical affirmations creates the foundation for miraculous manifestation. But embodying their truth through daily choices and consistent actions completes the spiritual circuit that brings invisible realities into visible form. Manifestation requires both spoken word and living demonstration to produce divine results. The universe stands ready to respond to your faithful declaration with demonstrations that exceed your highest expectations and manifest miracles that prove divine love's infinite capacity to provide for every need and fulfill every righteous desire. Speak these affirmations daily with unwavering conviction. Live their truth through consistent embodiment. Trust their power through sustained faith. Watch as your reality transforms to match the divine vision they create in consciousness. The universe awaits your word. Divine intelligence responds to your faith. Miraculous manifestation follows your declaration. Speak, believe, receive, and live the miraculous life that is your divine birthright.